here with John Montecalvo with Beyond the Track. And John, you, or some people might say that you are the last pro stock champion. And I want you to tell us a little bit about that season where you did become a champion.
Well, that was 2009, and I remember it very well. Actually, back then, IHRA had this last man standing deal, and whoever was the fastest winner on Saturday night got 5 points. Well, we were at Maryland, and we picked up the 5 points, and it's getting near the end of the season, and Lois Ann's in the car towing back, and we hear clunk, clunk, clunk. What is that? Well, it turned out one of my crew guys forgot to tighten the lug nuts on the car. So luckily I didn't land on my roof, but he was a great guy and he always did everything right, but he just happened to not do it right that day. Well, long and short, the reason why I'm saying that is because at the end of the season, we won the championship by 5 points. So we were actually lost. I think it was second round at Rockingham. We're in the trailer and I'm like, crying in my beer and all of a sudden my guys come running in. We won. And, turns out that, one of the top contenders, I think it was Pete Burner at the time, got knocked out, and we ended up winning the championship. So that was 2009, and that's when this class was probably at one of its strongest points. We had like 25 to 30 cars showing up at every race. I think those days are coming again.
And John, when you heard that the IHRA was coming back, you've been such a champion for this organization. What were some of your first thoughts when you heard about it?
Well, to me, this is our home. This is where the class was born. IHRA and Mountain Motor Pro Stock are synonymous as far as I'm concerned. And I was just overjoyed to hear this. Like I said, we won the championship in 2009. 2010, they stopped running the class. They had a little revival back in 2015 or so, but it was never what it was, And I got to say, pulling into this track, feels like how you feel when you pull into Norwalk, Ohio. Yeah. Norwalk, just everybody's happy, everybody's smiling, that nobody does it better than the betas. Well, I'm getting that same feeling here.
That's great. So if somebody maybe has some hesitations to come out and race, what would you tell them?
I would tell them they're missing the boat, man. You got to, and literally missing the boat. I was on the boat at the last race, so we missed that one. But they're definitely missing the boat. I mean, this is the best scenario that I've ever seen. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the racer comes first over here. And I haven't seen that. I haven't seen racer appreciation like this. I don't think I've ever seen it. Like I said, the betas, they do it right over there. And this reminds me of the old days when Bill Beta ran the organization. He'd be out there with a bow tie on, shaking everybody's hand coming in. Well, everybody in this place has got a smile. Everybody here is doing whatever they can to help you. Every IHRA official has been so polite. It's unbelievable. Look at the spread that Daryl puts on for dinner for us. I mean, that was no catering hall dinner. I'd put that against any restaurant that we go to. He is really going above and beyond. I can't say how much gratitude and how gracious I am for all that he's doing, not only for our class, for the whole sport, and just reviving this IHRA.
And what motivates you to keep getting in the car and coming out here and compete?
I love it over here. Like I said, it's a relaxed atmosphere. But I like that the sessions are back-to-back pro sessions. I think that's great for the fans. I like that we're part of that rotation. We actually feel like a pro class again. I'm overjoyed. I'm looking forward to finishing the year out here. I can't make the Columbus race, but we'll certainly be at 42 and we'll be at Galat. And because I think a lot of the problems is that the schedule came out so late that everybody had prior commitments. But this time next year, there'll be 23, 24 Mountain Motor Pro stocks over here.
All right, John. Well, thank you so much and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, Kayla.
All right. This is John Montecalvo, who is one of the veteran drag racers in Mountain Motor Pro Stock. And this is Beyond the Finish Line with Kayla Zadel.